Hello, and thank you for attending our webinar here. And I have titled it Leads, Leads, and Leads. It's what every business wants and needs, no matter the industry, whether you're business to consumer, selling technology, having a product or a service. Every business needs leads. It's the lifeblood of every business. So that's what we're going to talk about today, because I have found what I would say it's a one-of-a-kind, unique lead generation service I want to show everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Chris Bradley. I've been in the lead generation, conversion, online marketing world for 10 plus years now. Everything from SEO was a big background for me until 2 years ago when Google just had so many updates. I just decided, you know what, I got to move away from that. But AdWords, pay-per-clicks, Facebook marketing, social media. So I've been around there, been helping local businesses for a while as well in their lead generation with everything I mentioned. I've also, over the last year, is reaching out to different lead generation services and trying to get them on board, because it's all about positive return on investment. You spend $100, but you're making 200. You want to continue doing that as frequently as you can. So, and there are some decent lead gen sources out there, but they all have their flaws. This was the first one that I have found that I didn't see too many flaws. Actually, only one flaw, which is they're limited in terms of the number of leads they bring to you. So let's define, first of all, what is a good lead. We all know a good lead is not someone going to a website, filling in a survey or some box of information, and then at the bottom in the fine print saying you're going to be contacted by our website partners. We know the company or companies that do those things. I'm not going to name them, but unfortunately that's when you get 8 people. You call them back and say, "I quit calling, I'm not interested." You're the 8th person that's called me. That's not a lead. A true lead is someone that goes into the search engine and types in roofing, replace my roof, new roof, roofers, roofing contractors, roofing business, and then they start to search, see what pops up, goes to a website, likes the website, says, "You know what, I like these guys," and then calls. That is the best lead you can get, because they've done their research, now they're ready to talk to somebody, or they wouldn't have made the phone call. You can't get a better lead than that. So now that we defined a good lead, let me introduce leads by phone. These are the types of leads these guys are going to bring you. They're getting the leads, you get the business. It's exclusive, you're not sharing it with anybody. And that's a big factor. And what they're doing is they're paying for all the advertising, and you're only going to pay for the good leads. And understand, not all phone calls are leads. They're generating the phone calls for you, but they're not going to charge you for job seekers, someone trying to sell you SEO, or if it's out of your service area. They're not going to charge you, unlike other sources of lead generation where every phone call is billed to you, good or not. So they're not doing that. They weeded that out. And that's why I say they pay to advertise your business, and you're only paying for the good leads. It's true pay for performance lead generation. They're taking all the risks. If they don't deliver any leads, you don't pay, because there's no upfront deposits, no prepaying of leads. They're taking the risks. And a good lead, let me read the good lead according to what they had said. A good lead is a caller must be looking to hire for the service that your company offers. They must be the decision maker and in your service area. So if you tell them there's a couple zip codes you don't want to hit, and they produce a lead in that zip code, guess what? You are not paying for that lead. So they've taken every good thing other lead gen companies had produced and then eliminated the bad stuff, and now they are producing only high quality leads, and that's exactly what you're looking for. No deposits, no prepaying of leads. Actually, you get the leads first, then you're billed for the good leads the following Tuesday. So that's obviously really unique in this industry as well. Now, they do take 4 business partners per territory. Once that is sold out, once that is taken, it's sold out, and there's a waiting list. But right now, I can tell you, if you're on the call, we definitely have room in there. They've been mainly in the water restoration vertical since 2008, and been doing with roofing for a few years. So there is definitely a lot of, and that's why I've contracted with them to bring really good roofing contractors on board with them to grow that side of their business. So they will limit to area, because they want high quality leads, and they don't want to dilute. They want to bring quantity of leads to you as well. The quick history, it was founded in 2008 by two guys. One is Paul Robinson. He was the one I spoke with for several weeks before I decided, hey, let me help you out and contract with him. And they both had extensive backgrounds into water restoration. That's why they started out with the water restoration. As of today, they have over 500 companies using their LeadsByFone lead gen service. Last year alone, they generated over $100 million in revenue for their business partners. The leads are 100% exclusive, and it's a true pay-per-performance. Now, this little chart here, this pie, I wanted to highlight because this is only one portion of your lead gen efforts. Don't stop anything else you're doing. If you're buying leads from any other lead source and you're still making a positive return on investment, keep doing that. This is just to complement and supplement what you are currently doing. And then here's an interesting fact. The Kelsey Group did a study a few years ago that 93% of consumers use the internet for their main information source when searching for local services. No one's using the yellow pages right now. Very few, if anybody, is. So you need to have that online presence. Unfortunately, SEO has changed so much. It's expensive. There's risks involved. You can be up one day and then 6 months later completely lose everything. Doing pay-per-click, that's one of my specialties. That requires a lot of knowledge to do it right. Roofing clicks, I can tell you, are in most major markets $15 to $25 a click. And if you don't know what you're doing, you will lose your shirt in advertising. Why? I have 6 reasons why I believe LeadsByFone are the best lead source that you can actually use right now. Number 1, you're only paying for real leads. If they deliver nothing, you pay nothing. There is no deposit, no prepaying of leads. Leads are billed the following Tuesday when they come from the previous week. You do get, the leads are exclusive, complete control and flexibility of where you want to target. And here's the cool thing here. If you want to change cities and you want to follow, say a big storm was 200 miles from you and you want to go to that city, you call them up and say, hey, in 10 days or in 7 days, I want to go to a new city. How can you get my campaign up and running? Usually it's going to be under 5 days to get you up a new campaign in another city. Probably even quicker than that if you tell them, hey, I want to be there in 3 days. It wouldn't surprise me they got you ready rolling in 3 days. So, and you can actually continue in your current city in generating the leads if you got staff on board, or you can just pause that and then do the new city. So I know some guys will like to follow storms in different cities, so you can actually do that. Complete flexibility there. You also get a professional designed website. They're branding your business, not theirs. So when they place the ads and do 80% of the leads are coming from the ads they run. The other 20% are SEO, that they're ranking your site that they put up for you. And now the site they put up for you will not conflict with your own site, because even though it's your logo, your name, your business name, it's a different phone number. They're not using the address on there, so you have complete, so it's not going to interfere with your current ranking. So I know that's a concern for some people, so you don't have to worry about that. All that's going to do is give you more of an online presence. You also get recordings of every call. That's how they determine what is a good lead. They have staff on board that review the calls, determine if this one true was a good lead. This will help you as well to track whoever's answering the phone for you. If you got 10 leads and all of a sudden you only had 5 appointments, you're going to go back and listen to those 5 calls and go, okay, why didn't we get at least 3 or 4 more leads out of that? So that's going to help you, your side of the business, become even more efficient. It's performance based. They deliver nothing, you pay nothing. Simple as that. Your job is to answer the phone, and that's a biggie. You got to answer that phone. The added benefit on the recording, there is a back-end portal. They got an iPhone app, Android app. You log in, username, password. This is where you track your leads, download, listen to the voice, to the calls, the recordings they do of the leads of people calling in. This will help you in the training and monitoring the people that do answer the phones. You also track your return on investment there by putting in your revenue, and they have a little calculator, so you'll be able to figure out what your customer acquisition value is, and those are all numbers that are definitely going to help you. It also helps Paul and his LeadsByFone staff, because when you put in the revenue on a particular job, they track that back to the keyword, and they start to find some keywords in your market that are converting better on your end. They can get more aggressive in the bidding strategy, therefore bringing you more leads. So here's a website they put up. Paul and I are in complete agreement with this. We're both conversion guys. Websites aren't supposed to be pretty and flashy. Anytime I've designed a website in the past, I get the word pretty on it. I go back to the drawing board, because a website needs to do one thing and one thing only: generate a phone call. And that is what this type of site will do. There are 6 questions that every website that converts well needs to answer. Number 1, who are you? Number 2, what do you provide? Number 3, where are you in my territory and you can service me? Number 4, and most importantly, why should I choose you? And 5 and 6, when and how. Basically, you tell them, call now. That's the when and how. So Paul's got this down to a science. But man, I thought I was good at conversion. This guy's dynamite. They're constantly split testing different variables on the website, because understand, they don't make money unless they provide good leads. So they're going to do everything they can to continually increase the conversions on these websites. Here is a screenshot of the portal on their back-end office. This is where you can see a verified lead, non-billable call, bad lead comes in. This is where you can actually hit your revenue buttons, and download the call if you want. So a lot of functions back here. Just wanted to show you a quick screenshot of that. Now let's set some expectations. Paul told me right off the bat, Chris, please tell them we want to under-promise, over-deliver. I can blow up the numbers, but I'm just going to be just the facts. That's what I liked about him when we talked for a few weeks. He just gave me all the facts. I even said, aren't those numbers even seem kind of low? He said, hey, this is what they are. Just tell them as it is. The average leads per month is getting 10. He does say in some bigger areas, you can see as many as 20. Sometimes some other smaller areas, maybe smaller towns, are only getting 5 leads per month. But the overall number of leads across the board for the roofing contractors is 10. The average job value is $3,000. He's seen some commercial jobs as high as $175. And I believe because they are also taking roof repair and gutter leads, that $3,000 is a little bit lower than that. We all know that a roof replacement is a whole lot more than a $3,000 job. His partners are closing 1 out of 3. That is lower than the water restoration and the plumbing and the HVAC guys. He said the main reason why it's not 1 out of 2 like his other verticals are is too many. He has had too many guys letting voicemail pick up the phone or not answering the calls live, and that you will be billed when you don't pick up the phone call, because he's paying money to get that call to you. He can't determine if you don't pick up and answer the call. He can't determine if that's a good call or not. So therefore, it's very important if you're the type of business that likes to have voicemail pick it up and then call the person back, or just see it on your caller ID and then call them back a little bit later, this program will not work for you. So I hate to say it, love to have you on board, but if that's your strategy, it just won't work. Guess what? People don't leave voicemails, and by the time you call them back, they've already probably called another roofing contractor and already have an appointment, and they're not going to want to see you. So that's just the way it goes. But if you got somebody on board, even if it's yourself, and you're able to answer those calls, you're going to do pretty well here. The average revenue, even out of 1 out of 3 leads being closed, is $9,000 per month. $108,000 per year. So let me ask you, would you like an extra $108,000 of revenue for the next 12 months? I believe so. Okay, now we got that. We're all in agreement. 100K of extra revenue is worth it. What's the catch? This sounds too good to be true. The catch is what I was just explaining earlier. You have to answer the calls. If you don't, it's not going to work. So no one leaves voice messages. That's the catch. If you're able to answer those calls live, and even after hours, sometimes the calls can come in, hire an answering service to answer those calls. You don't want to miss them. My goodness, it's too much money that you could be missing. So that's the catch. Calls got to be answered. Now the question I will ask you, and you guys should know your numbers on this. If you have 10 good leads that you're on the phone with, how many appointments will you set out of those 10? and out of those appointments that you set, how many will turn into sales? Those are the numbers that you want to look at, because if you're getting 10 good leads per month, that's what you can base some of your projections on. So how does it work? There is a one-time setup fee. It's $199. It was $399. I talked with Paul. I said, can you cut that in half for my guys? They will. I believe I can get more coming on board, and he really wants to grow the roofing vertical, so he's got a long-term strategy. He said yes, because he does take, it's a good 20, almost 30 hours to launch every partner, because he's building you out a brand new website. He's going to get that ranked in the local for regular organic SEO, but then he's going to Yahoo, Bing, and Google AdWords and creating your advertising campaign, creating the ad groups, creating the ads, creating the website and the landing pages. So that takes a lot of man hours to do that. So that's why he has the one-time fee in there. But after that, it's all pay for performance. If there's no leads, you don't pay anything. There's no deposit, no prepaying. All the calls are reviewed, so you're not charged for junk calls. The cost for a roof replacement lead is $125. For a roof repair is $95, $30 for a gutter cleaning lead. If you don't want to take roof repair leads, you don't have to. So that's the beauty of it. And I believe they have siding as well once you become a partner with them, that you can opt in for siding leads if you want that. But so that's more flexibility, so you're not stuck taking leads that you don't want. What can you expect? You can be up and running in less than 5 business days. Usually you're going to see leads in probably by the second week, but Paul said just please tell them 1 to 3 weeks, because sometimes things happen beyond our control, and it could be the third week before you start seeing it. Basically, as soon as they get your ads up and running, you should get ads, at least a call that week, because especially this time of the year, now people are being hit with more storms, and obviously going to be looking for roofing services. There is a $33 a monthly administration fee that covers the website hosting that they have for you, the call recording, and some other miscellaneous expenses that go into hosting your site, and all the other little things they do for you guys on the back end. There is the weekly billing is on Tuesdays, so whatever leads come in during this week, good leads, you will be billed for on Tuesday the following week. You can actually pause any incoming campaigns for up to 5 days per month, and like I said, you have complete control and flexibility of this. So how do you become a partner? All you need to do, you should have a link in your email as well that I will put in there, so you don't have to type that in. You just fill out the agreement. It will, and if you have any questions, please call me. My phone number's in the email. Reply back. If you want to talk to Paul, actually get him on the phone just to talk with him. We can do that as well. Whatever you guys need to do, let's get this rolling for you. He's looking for, LeadsByFone needs good roofing contractors in your guys' area. That's why I've targeted you all. The other thing is, you have your logo. Hopefully you have a digital file of that. You just email it to probinson@LeadsByFone. If you don't have one, no problem. They actually will create one for you. And then the last thing they will have, once you're up and running, they're going to have you get on a 20-minute webinar with them, so they can show you how to listen to the calls, review invoices, request support, and pause your account. So anyways, I will end that. If you guys got any questions, and feel free to reply back or give me a ring. Thank you.